You're going to go home after this mastermind and you're going to do one of two things. Either you're going to start implementing what you learned here on a day-to-day basis and you're going to be very consistent with it, or you're going to start implementing for a few days, maybe a couple weeks, and then you're going to fall back to your regular patterns and the regular way of doing things. But for those of you who implement and you start changing things on a day-to-day basis, what you're going to find is you're going to have something called the daily incremental advantage. Okay? One of two things will happen. You'll consistently implement every single day, and over time, 10 years from now, your life can be dramatically different. Okay? Just from daily, consistent action. But if it's not consistent every single day, you're just going to continue exactly where you are. So you need to make a change into what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Sounds very obvious, doesn't it? Here's the thing, most people overestimate what they can do in the short term, but they dramatically underestimate what they can do in the long term. So most people would pick an enormous goal at maybe the 1 year point, and they'll overestimate what they can do in that 1 year point. And of course, when they start to fall short, that will be very discouraging, and then they'll stop implementing, they'll stop being consistent. But I'm here to tell you that if you do just a few of these actions every single day, in the long run, you'll be just shocked about how things can dramatically change. And I'm living proof of that. I mean, 5 years ago, I can remember going to Coles, those of you in Australia, Coles. I can remember going to Coles and having my bank account so empty that when I went to buy my iced coffee, I have to have an iced coffee every single day, that when I went to buy my iced coffee, I had about $1.50, this is no joke, about $1.50 on my EFTPOS card, that's my debit card, and about $2 in my wallet. And having to say to the person behind the teller, I wasn't too proud of it, but having to say, can you put $1.50 on this and I'll pay the rest, right? Being that low on money, that's how I have to pay for coffee, okay? And that was only 5 years ago. So your life, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you implement these things on a day-to-day basis, can dramatically change. And you should be very excited about that.